All right, everyone, thanks for your patience today. Let's stand and say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we'll begin this select board meeting on November 14th, 2023 at 6:15 p.m. I have to make a very important phone call, so I'm going to pass the agenda item discussions off to Jesse, and I should hopefully be right back before executive session.
All right, no problem. So we currently don't have a RSU 10 representative, so we will move right down to roads. And Sean, what's the status on the roads? Where are we at with everything?
I'm pretty well wrapped up everything. I did a lot of brush cutting last week, got things pretty well done up. I patched up the culverts on the Fields Hill. I guess everything's all pretty well ready for the winter.
Okay. So we have on the agenda here the DeCosta Road crossing. So we're gonna kind of tell you where that's at. We had some calls into DEP and complaints about the culvert that's being used. So that's a temporary fix. We had a 4-month wait on an actual DOT approved culvert, so we had to get something opened up because I can't remember the gentleman's name.
Wayne Fields
Needs to get across through the winter. So where we're at with that is that's a temporary fix. Sean worked out something with him this week about being able to get log trucks across. So we have bridge mats going over the top of this temporary box culvert that we have in there. It's been referred to as a bridge, but it's not a bridge. It hasn't been a bridge for years. It was replaced with culverts years back. So it is a culvert crossing that is washed out due to all the rain and floods that we had this summer. Washed out. So that's where that's at. So what we decided to do is, or what Sean's gonna do is wait and see what DEP has to say, or DOT, what they actually want to see for a culvert at this point, rather than order one and have it be the wrong one. So that's where we're at with that one, unless you got anything to add.
No, sounds good.
Okay, so any questions on that one? Yes?
Yeah, it's not an emergency, and that needs to be something that needs to be discussed with the road committee and the select persons before you do what you've done, because Andy threw probably 11,000 at it, and
Sure.
these guys have spent probably 20 grand at it, and that's a lot of money. Don't you understand that that's a lot of town's money?
Sure.
And that, what is there right now, that's the letter, Sean. I'm the one that called him I asked him, here's the letter. I asked him to come look at it, because there's been a lot of people concerned about the safety of it.
Good.
And basically, that was not an emergency, and what should have been done was when the homeless went up on the bank or whatever, it should have been blocked across there. It's not Sumner's responsibility to make a road for a West Paris person to get out. It may be a figment of your imagination, it's an emergency, but it isn't.
So
Let's kind of keep it positive if we can. I don't think we need to shoot that.
I do.
Yeah, constructive criticism would be much better.
I do want to call out, though, that Sean did talk to the select people. He didn't do this on his own, just willy-nilly with no guidance.
Well, you know, I looked at 3 years' worth of selectmen's meetings tonight before I came here, and I didn't find one iota of a discussion on anything.
Well, I just want to be clear.
I'm trying to keep it
He
positive.
did talk to the, yep, and that's fine.
Because we've already gone through one saga of misappropriated money over a period of time. We don't need any more than that. And you're not even a person.
It's not, we got to prove off this night.
what is your problem?
I'm just
Yeah,
listening to you.
Of all people, like, what are you presenting?
I don't want me to say that out loud.
Okay, we're gonna keep this to the actual things on the agenda. If you have personal beefs, you
Yeah.
can take those, at home elsewhere, no offense, but we're gonna keep
And you
this
have no
over here.
business over here causing trouble anyways. But yeah,
So,
make sure
why
that
don't-
the state
excuse me,
legal
Cliff.
properly serviced.
Why don't you take it outside?
She's
Appreciate it.
accusing me of something.
I don't, nothing to do with the select board and the members. at
I
this
agree,
point,
I'm
so-
here for a selectmen's, someone's meeting.
Yep, so that's where we're gonna be with that. So we're gonna be waiting to talk to DEP or DOT or what have you, and see what they have to say and how we're supposed to proceed. So that's where that's left. If you call, great, that's absolutely your right. It was not misappropriated funds. They have a plan in place.
I didn't say it was.
Actually, you just did. So that was actually just said. So I got the floor right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's going to happen is, that was a temporary fix, and we had a DOT culvert that we were going to get in, and it was gonna take 4 months. We were gonna get it in over the winter, and then pop it in the spring. That was the original plan that this board approved to move forward. That's why it's not a misappropriation of funds. So now, because of this call, we're not gonna go order a $10,000 culvert if we now need to order a different type of culvert because of whatever. And so
As
we
a
can
citizen,
argue,
I couldn't read any of that in the minutes, there's absolutely nothing, what you're telling me, Jesse, is nothing in the minutes.
sure, well, that,
I feel like.
we
you're
can't get
pulling
into
it out.
minutes currently due to an IT problem that we're gonna sort out, but it's just not high enough on the priority list. I apologize for that, but it's just, we got things that we're
And I'm
working on.
not saying he's misappropriating. Misappropriating money is when people do things and they don't do it as a group with the selectmen, the road committee,
Sure.
and people discussing things the way
Yeah.
we used to.
We had, I don't remember what meeting it was at, but
It's
we,
been discussed several times at this meeting, just recently.
yeah, it might have been,
Several meetings, not
Yeah.
just one.
right.
And the
So,
word emergency was used as well.
so that's where we're at, because in Oxford County, when that bridge washed out, Oxford County was an emergency situation.
Did you,
So-
and did you submit paperwork to FEMA for that, for damage? Was that itemized out when
We
you
haven't got to
submitted?
that. We
We're
haven't
not
got to
even,
that.
we're just literally getting paid for what, one last
In
year,
December,
December of '22.
we're still working
So
on
it's,
it.
we're a long ways away from,
I filled the request out myself.
Sure.
too, and I know how that works, I'm just saying, did you,
I don't know where we're
when the
at.
president, I mean, when the governor declared a declaration for the damage, did you itemize in your estimate for the washouts this summer, did you put in an itemized line for that particular project? And if so, how much did you ask,
No, I didn't. Oh,
All right. How's ACO?
ACO has been quiet, but I do have to get the, what am I trying to say? Huh?
Equipment?
No, I gotta, for the barking dog that I have on the Rosenberg Road. So I have to have documents saying what,
Oh, okay.
ordinances on barking dogs.
Did I skip over you, Doug? No, you're next in line.
Who's next? That's it on ACO.
All right, Doug, you're up.
Not really much going on with the fire department right now. We do need to get our budget going. Stickers on the trucks went out at the end of next month, and they all need tires. God knows what else they're gonna need. We did get our IM responding TV screen up, so when they all come to the station, we can see who else is responding.
That's what that is?
Yep.
Oh, that's cool.
It's an app on our phones. When we get a call, we can message everybody else, yes, we're coming, yeah, comes right up on the screen. That's about it for the fire department right now.
Okay, we do have a couple of vacancies. We had our resignation of the planning board chair, so we do have a couple of vacancies that we would need filled for the planning board, if you all know of anybody. If you wanna give them a heads up that that's what we're looking for. So that way we can keep things moving with the planning board. And, the last thing I have, well, two things, CB grant, we were looking for an update from Mary Ann tonight, but she is gonna be out. She won't be in, so we're just gonna skip over that. And the other one is the invitation to bid for the plowing of the town complex here, helo pad, all the hydrants, etc. You can pick that up, it's on the website, correct? So it's on the website, or you can pick up a copy of that here at the town hall, but not this week. Yes?
Hi Jesse,
Hi.
Terry Phillips. I was wondering, what are the qualifications to be on a planning board?
Qualifications, I think you just have to be a resident of the town, and then we would speak with you and just ask you some basic questions in regards to it. There's no real qualifications as far as...
Being an architect or any of that?
Yeah, no, and if you happen to know, or, like the light reading of our current ordinances, you could, peruse those beforehand.
Right, okay. And I had one more question regarding Fred Collins. Did he get approved for a raise?
We are looking at appointments, the budget is what it is, which is 13,000, but we don't have appointments made out currently. That is something that we have to work on in the future.
What does that mean? Fred is no longer the CEO?
He's currently acting as a CEO, but his appointment is actually overdue, which is most all the appointments that we
Oh, I
currently
see.
have.
Okay.
Whether it be budget committee or planning board, all the planning board members, their appointments are all overdue, all of them.
Is it being advertised, or are we doing anything to try to
Currently,
get
no.
people to apply?
Currently, no.
I mean, would it be bad to get a couple things in the mail or in a newsletter or something?
Yep, yeah, as soon as we get that job description and.
How many hours are you advertising for that?
We're not advertising at all currently.
No, but I mean,
I don't know, we haven't even looked into a job description, and what that's gonna entail in the coming months, so.
So is the planning board vacancy also listed on the website, town website?
It will be. I think we got everything covered,
Okay.
unless I'm missing something.
We got an update from Doug on, plow bid. And,
Did the bridge.
okay. And,
Copy for you.
Can you speak up, please?
yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I was just going through the checklist. I apologize. Assuming everyone knows that, tonight is, Sherry's resignation as, town clerk, so if you'd like to wish her well this evening, and, thank her for her hard work. Tonight would be the night to do it. As you guys know, Jesse probably told you last meeting, they appointed Sue Runez as the interim clerk, treasurer, and we are advertising and doing interviews for a new clerk. Susan Strout is also going to be assisting with the transition and, we'll get, things, opened back up as soon as we possibly can. Yes,
When's the taxes coming out, the tax bills?
so, yeah, they've been sent, we received ours this week,
Yeah.
so, yeah. Yes,
Someone mentioned the newsletter. If you would like to get together material for a newsletter, I'll be glad to put together a PDF file so that someone from the town office can send to everybody. So that, you know, if Sean would like to put together a little report, you know, of 2 paragraphs on what he wants to do or what's going on. If you want to inform people, I'll be glad to put together a newsletter so that it can be sent out. It would be, I noticed that there was a note, that there was an email with solicitation for the town plowing contract. If that is active again, you can send it out to everyone in town, everyone who's on the mailing list, and that would be a good way of keeping in contact with the citizens.
yes, sir, yes, it would. Thank you. Is there anything else? Yes, ma'am.
The problem with the town software,
Yes.
it's fairly new. Apparently, it's hard to get IT people from the software company in to fix the problems on their software. Am I reading that correctly?
Yes, townwide across the state, Trio has been, not user-friendly at all. We made, but it's pretty much what the majority of municipalities use, so it's kind of one of those.
Was it recommended by the state for the towns?
I do not know. I don't know the history on,
Yes, it
the
was.
history on that.
Very end.
And the town used one module for a long time.
Right.
And then there were other modules that could be integrated in. The concept of it sounds great,
But it doesn't work.
many town offices have had issues.
So we're not alone.
We have, there is one tech company, I can't remember the name of it, that there's a individual, he's supposed to be really good, very good with this stuff. We had lined him up for last week, but we had our tax assessors remote accessing last week, so we didn't want to end up
Right.
with some sort of a conflict, so we're trying to get that rescheduled.
Thank you.
All right,
At the town meeting, there was an issue about LD1.
yes.
Was any changes made to the budget, and was that ever communicated?
Yes, it was, yeah, and the changes should be published. You should be able to go onto the town website and read the updated budget. Okay. All right. Well, at this time, I make a motion to go into executive session pursuant to 1 MRSA, section 405, 6A. Do I have a second? Okay. All in favor? Let's do it. Thank you, everybody. Yes,
Are we gonna discuss the warrant? There's a big number there. That was never discussed.
the,
Oh, yeah, no, I didn't.
no, So I motion that we come out of executive session to
Start over.
discuss the warrant. All in favor? All right.
Oh, good.
Go to the towns.
So I don't need that one.
What's that?
We don't even have to sign that.
So I'm not gonna sign it before we adjourn tonight. I will look it over and sign it.
Okay, so we've got, selectmen stipends for $1,835.70. Building and grounds maintenance is year to date, this check here, I'll follow this. $569.96. Cemetery and lawn maintenance, $3,500. Fire department stipends of $4,872.67. Fire department operations, $523.31. Legal district / district attorney fees, that is the Drummond and Woodsums, for $10,624.12. Winter salt, $5,397.09. General office operations of $528.57. Clerk, insurance and stipend, $14,974.62. Workers' comp and general liability, $6,024. Roads and bridge maintenance, $5,140. RSU 10 is $75,080.85. Animal control, $368.40. Health insurance, $2,860. Winter road sand, $22,932. FICA and Medicaid, Medicare tax withholdings of $1,197.75. Motor vehicle registrations, tax and licensing of $3,855.58. And winter roads plowing, $50,690. Any question? Yes.
One, I apologize making you do that.
No, that's all right.
But as a suggestion,
Yep.
these are just expenses that you have approved for payment.
Correct.
That is
So
correct.
it would not be difficult to have that typed out. And if anyone wants to see what the warrants are,
Sure.
just have them give us a copy.
Yep, no, that's,
Save you time and,
yeah, absolutely. We were actually getting in the habit of reading these out loud,
Yeah.
just because it was brought to our attention that it just kind of gets, someone just says, oh, warrants check was written for $210,974,
yeah.
et cetera. So we use the summary, not the actual, but we have all the invoices to go with it. So that's why we read the summary out loud, not that, I appreciate that, but that is why we are reading that out loud, so. thank you for reminding us to do that, because I forgot. So, any other questions?
Okay.
All right, let's try it again.
Will this meeting resume after your executive
Uh,
session?
Yes, yeah, we have to resume it
To adjourn it.
Yeah. And I
What
was-
items are gonna come after it?
there's nothing coming after it, other than the fact that, I came in early to look at this sheet. I ended up getting, sidetracked with other stuff we had to, look into. So I wanna look this over myself before I put my signature on it. But there's no other business following executive session.
Okay.
Alright, so you gonna do it? I make a motion that we enter executive session, to discuss personal matters pursuant to 1 MRSA 405-6.
Second?
All in favor? At 6:41.
Fine, I'm gonna stand.
You have to do a meeting, I don't wanna be in the video.
I'll go over here next to you, Mary.
Careful, you don't go through
Okay.
that chair.
Alright, I motion that we come out of the executive session.
Seconded
All in favor?
at 8:11.
Okay. I motion that this meeting be adjourned at 8:12.
Seconded.
Alright.
All in favor?
All in favor, yes.
All right.